for it?
Oh, no.
I can't.
No?
You don't want to do that?
No.
Done that.
You don't have it.
March?
Yes. Beethoven. Play the anchor.
AABB.
Yes. Bar form plus a
Play the
plus
and the pencils.
well,
We find it
It's the
uninteresting.
same as last time.
No one's interested in doing it this time.
if you want to do something interesting, transcribe Peaches in Regalia, Frank Zappa.
Yes.
Love Divine, this is the same Love Divine that was in, oh, that's Love Supreme.
He
never
starts
mind.
this one. Okay, I do.
Nice.
Burn.
I gave you
Yeah,
two
right
copies.
after you there.
Burn.
So
Just-
Havens, Galliards, Almains, them are different kind of geese, right?
Yeah. Canadian. Different kind of Canadian geese.
Oh man, I used to dance those dances.
Sure. In dose, you know?
Only my wife calls me. Wow. not even lined up.
Oh. Oh, still.
Are you willing to do one more? You can choose. Find something for your face.
Ice? We have ice?
What do you like?
Two ears? I was gonna say the two ears are terrible. But just maybe the first one. We do the second one?
The Adson, you mean?
The Adson, the second one. Adson 2.
Adson 2.
Hey, Adson 2.
And it's in 2.
It's into. It's also in K.
It's also in K.
Good morning. Family, friends, esteemed guests, please rise and welcome the graduate class of 2025. Please welcome President Cecilia McCormick, Chair of the Board of Trustees, Jeff Bunting, Trustees Freddie Gross and David Wallach, Vice Presidents, faculty, and honored guests. Please welcome Dawn Din, a candidate for the Master of Professional Studies in User Experience Design, who will honor the MICA tradition of reading our land acknowledgement.
This campus-wide land acknowledgement was created by a cross-constituent committee working and collaborating with members of our community and the Baltimore American Indian Center, with whom we will continue to collaborate. We acknowledge that we work and live on the traditional and ancestral and unceded lands of the Piscataway and the Susquehannock tribes. The indigenous people have lived here since the 10th millennium BCE, and that their relation to this land was to travel, trade, and to hunt in this region we now call Baltimore. We recognize that the original tribes have been joined through the northern migration by the Lumbee and the Cherokee. We recognize the model they provide for wisdom and caring communities based on mutual respect, reciprocity, and reverence for the land, water, and all relations. We too honor Mother Earth, from which all life springs, worthy of our caring stewardship. We also acknowledge the people enslaved and exploited who did and do work on this land, enabling us to live. We recognize that our current systems that are often unjust, that the comfort of many still rests upon the suffering of others. Here at MICA, we strive to honor the ancestors, to work equitably and honorably towards social justice with their descendants, and to use our talents and resources to work to mitigate past and present injustices.
Well, thank you so much, Dawn. Good morning, graduates, families, faculty, staff, our trustees, honorees, and distinguished guests. It is my honor to welcome you to the 2025 commencement ceremony of the Maryland Institute College of Art. To the class of 2025, congratulations. You did it. You've reached the summit of your MICA journey, and we are here today to celebrate not only your accomplishments, but your courage, your persistence, and your creative spirit. You've completed a rigorous program of study in one of the most challenging and changing times in higher education, and you've done it. You've done it with vision. You've done it with heart. I'd like to ask all of my graduating students to stand up, please. Now, I'd like you to turn to all of your families, your friends, your spouse, your children, your siblings, your friends, and emotional support animals, and say hello. Well, thank you for indulging me. Have a seat. I'd like to personally thank all of you as well. All the support to these amazing students is often unsung, but always valued and certainly essential. Today is a joyful milestone, but I also want to acknowledge that the road to this day hasn't always been smooth. You've navigated global uncertainty, institutional transformation, a creative landscape that is shifting beneath our feet. In fact, I've often joked with colleagues that I can't wait for the day to stop using the word unprecedented. And yet, here we are again. But maybe that word has stuck around because it fits you. You are an unprecedented class, not just for what you've accomplished, but for what you have contributed. You've challenged norms, you've built community, you've questioned, provoked, uplifted, and reimagined. And in doing so, you've not only helped shape yourselves and your future, you've helped shape MICA in profound ways. Thank you. And like I said, you've done it all in the most uncertain and, yes, unprecedented of times. Your ability to navigate and adapt through the ever-changing uncertainty of our modern times reminds me of something. It's a symbol I've thought of often, the dragonfly. You know, in many cultures, the dragonfly symbolizes transformation and self-realization. Not just change, but also maturity, clarity, and lightness of being. And these are all the qualities I believe you as MICA grads possess in abundance. But the dragonfly also possesses an ability that I believe represents a critical element of your transformation here, and that is agility. The dragonfly can fly in any direction. It can hover in midair. It can change course instantly, and it can even fly backwards. It adapts its path based on conditions and intentions, and so have you. Your time at MICA has been one of emotional and intellectual agility. You are good at changing course, and sometimes you may go backwards in your studies, and other times you launch forward. And your life and career outside of MICA will be the same. It's not going to be a straight line. You may zigzag through disciplines, across industries, or between failure and unexpected success. Embrace these non-linear times and pathways. Trust the detours. Creativity thrives in the uncharted. Success comes from agility. I see this agility in all you do. You've grown into yourselves not by avoiding uncertainty, but by leaning into it. Adapt your path with agility, guide by your practice, your peers, and your purpose. MICA has always believed the power of art and design is to create impact, not just in galleries, but in communities, in classrooms, in startups, in movements. You're ready to take your place in that tradition. But know this, your success won't be defined solely by the big exhibitions or the job titles. It will be the measure of how you pivot to ambiguity and uncertainty in a world that feels perhaps more chaotic than ever. You leave MICA with tools and knowledge, but more than that, you leave with a mindset, one that is agile, adaptive, and deeply human. That's what the world needs, and that's what you will bring. So on behalf of everyone here, I thank you. Thank you for everything you've given to this community. Thank you for being a part of MICA's story and for allowing us to be a part of yours. We are so very proud of you. We believe in you. Here I go. And we can't wait to hear of your successes in your artistic journey and in your lives. Congratulations, class of 2025. Well, we now come to a very special portion of the ceremony. It is our custom to present the honorary doctorate each year to individuals who have made remarkable contributions to the arts and to society, and whose achievements represent the standard of excellence to which the Maryland Institute College of Art is committed. This year, we have a very special honoree who will provide remarks to our candidates assembled here today. I ask for Kai Maris to please come up. She is a candidate from the MFA in Curatorial Practice to please come to read the citation for George Sissel. Mr. Sissel would... Mr. Sissel, will you also please come forward? Thank you.
George Sissel. Growing up in Baltimore and throughout a career spanning more than 5 decades, you have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to connecting audiences, artists, and communities. From your early training as a sculptor with Isamu Noguchi to your years as an artist, educator, and gallery director, you have championed emerging artists and creating spaces for meaningful engagement with contemporary art. This vision culminated in founding The Contemporary, Baltimore's groundbreaking museum without walls, and continued at the Maryland Institute College of Art, where you created the Exhibition Development Seminar and established the nation's first MFA in curatorial practice, reimagining curatorial education to emphasize accessibility, inclusion, and social impact. Through transformative exhibitions at institutions like the Walters Art Museum and the Reginald F. Lewis Museum and the Baltimore Museum of Art, you have celebrated artists such as Elizabeth Telford Scott and Joyce J. Scott, while fostering community dialogue around history, identity, and equity. Beyond curatorial practice, your leadership as a founding trustee of the American Visionary Art Museum and the Greater Baltimore Cultural Alliance has helped shape Baltimore's vibrant arts landscape. Your many honors, including the MICA Medal of Honor and the Governor's Citation of Maryland, reflect your enduring contributions. Since retiring from MICA, you have continued to give back, volunteering with the arts organization ARC Baltimore to develop inclusive arts programs, embodying your belief that art should be for everyone. George Sissel, for your visionary leadership, transformative contributions to arts education, and profound commitment to community, Maryland Institute College of Art hereby bestows upon you the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa.
May we have the hood for George, please? Like I said, so we adapt, right? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters.
Thank you, President McCormick, Board of Trustees, former faculty colleagues, parents, friends, and supporters of our 2025 graduates. I would like to acknowledge MICA for making commencement more accessible with ASL interpretation and live captioning. My visual description is, I am a non-disabled white male senior citizen with short hair and beard, wearing a black graduation gown, blue trousers, yellow shoes, and a black square mortarboard with a gold tassel. Traditionally, since the 1960s, a beret has been worn as the cap of graduating MICA students, and many of you graduating today are wearing them also. So why am I wearing a mortarboard instead of a beret? I studied and dreamed of being an artist, which your berets represent. Instead of wearing the beret, I intentionally chose to don the mortarboard, which is often worn by educators and remains an icon of the teaching profession. Tassels should be black or the color appropriate to the subject, but the gold tassel is reserved for those entitled to wear a doctoral gown. In all, a graduation cap is a sign of the freedom of scholarship, which endows the wearer with both dignity and responsibility. What will spring 2025 commencement speakers say? What cliches from funerals, retirement parties, and lifetime achievement awards will today's graduates be subjected to? Will they say, we are standing in the threshold of tomorrow, or your education is just beginning, or you are the future? Or as Kermit the Frog, in anticipation of his upcoming commencement speech at the University of Maryland said, I just know the class of 2025 is going to leap into the world and make it a better place. Rest assured, I am not here to tell you what you should do next. That's up to you. Today, I am eager to share with you the joy and fulfillment that I have had for over 50 years, and when I now understand about the world of the visual arts that you are about to enter. As I reflect on my multiple careers, I realize how much I have in common with you who are graduating today. What is important to me in my work is facilitating connections between art, artists, and audiences. Much as a conductor in an orchestra works with musicians or directors with actors, I work with artists to bring their work to audiences. This is clearly not a solo act. There are 3 questions I am asked about my practice as a curator, educator, and advocate. First, how has the arts landscape changed over time? The cooperation and collaboration which we experience today were previously a competition between artists and organizations, but since then have developed into coalitions between them. Former MICA artist-in-residence, singer and activist Bernice Johnson-Reagan, founder of the Sweet Honey and the Rock, told us, quote, "Some people will come to a coalition and they rate its success on whether they feel good when they get there. They're not looking for a coalition, they're looking for home. They're looking for a bottle with some milk in it and a nipple, which does not happen in a coalition. We don't get fed a lot in a coalition. In a coalition, you have to give," end of quote. An example of coalition building is ACT UP, AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power. This direct action group, dedicated to ending the AIDS crisis, recognized and understood that forging solidarity between the individual and the collective who share common health interests led to significant changes. The COVID-19 epidemic reminded us that we are all dependent on various communities and how, through this collective experience, we have expanded our definition of we. Since my retirement from MICA in 2017, I have been volunteering with the ARC Baltimore and learning and understanding the application of disability justice as it relates to artists and audiences with physical and developmental disabilities. I hope all of you may also find great purpose in making the arts accessible to various communities. Please help me make Baltimore, or any place you call home, a city of accessible arts. Second, what is your approach as an educator? My pedagogy centers questioning to explore and learn. My students always ask me, "Aren't you ever going to tell us how to do this?" It is critical to allow students to create their own outcomes as often and as much as possible. My role is to stand back, to give permission, to encourage, and to facilitate when warranted. Students may be reluctant to bring their full work forward until they have been asked the right questions. In my work as an educator, as well as my work as a curator, I attempt to get to the core of the story, the artist's story, in tandem with those affected or impacted by their work, the audience. I ask you to consider first, who cares besides us? And last, the urgency and necessity of what you are proposing to create. Third, what does it mean to share agency with others? Shared agency is advocacy. It is the coming together of community voices along with curators and artists to make decisions that are relevant to people's everyday lives. In these settings, agency is shared to produce creative problem solving. MFA graphic designer Julia Wang, in her thesis exhibit, The Table Built to Gather, describes it best. A table is more than a piece of furniture. It holds memories, connections, and the flow of everyday life. A table can be a space of resistance, a symbol of achievement, or a metaphor of opportunity, end of quote. Perhaps it is time for all of us to build new tables. But what will our new tables look like? Built with shared stewardship, we can begin to envision the possibilities through responsible management and trust it to our collective care. As MICA prepares for the next year's 200th anniversary, and we commemorate that landmark occasion, let us simultaneously celebrate the freedom to explore the possibilities of all like-minded creatives. Amy Sherald, 2004 Hofburger School of Painting and 2021 honorary degree recipient's opening remarks at her current Whitney Museum exhibition, provides us with the instruction of what to do next. Quote, I ask that we also commit to continue showing up for work that matters, to invest in the institutions and artists who push culture forward, to recognize that art is not simply what hangs on the walls, but also about the lives and the truths it holds, end of quote. As you move beyond MICA, I would like to leave you with two instructions. Make work relevant to you and your times, and practice joy, kindness, empathy, and compassion as you navigate your curiosities. Thank you for your time, attention, and recognition. To all graduate and open studies studio and community artists, designers, educators, scholars, filmmakers, entrepreneurs, curators, and fellow citizens, congratulations and welcome to the table.
Thank you, George, for sharing your story with us and for the wise counsel that our community can carry forward. My name is Dr. Stacy Salazar, and I have the honor of serving as the Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost here at MICA. We're here today to celebrate the accomplishments of our students and to launch them into a world beyond Mount Royal and North Avenue. But there are members of our community who are soon to commence a new chapter of their life's journeys, faculty who are retiring from the college this year. They have inspired and supported generations of artists and designers and citizens like the ones who will soon walk across this stage today. Please join me in acknowledging the service and dedication of Mark Carnes, Professor of Painting and Drawing, and Donna Bassick, Professor of Art Education. Thank you both for your immeasurable contributions to this community and to this institution of which you will always be a part. It is now my great pleasure to introduce this year's graduate commencement student speaker. This year's commencement student speaker, Taylor Slab, is of particular distinction. Taylor Slab is a candidate for MICA's Master of Professional Studies in User Experience Design, whose work sits at the intersection of design, psychology, and technology. While at MICA, Taylor has built tools to help people think more critically about the digital spaces they inhabit. Her most recent project, Topia, is a social platform that uses AI to combat misinformation while keeping users engaged and curious. Before coming to MICA, Taylor earned a BFA in graphic design at the Virginia Commonwealth University, where she was also a Division I track and field athlete. After working as a brand strategist for a sports academy, Taylor then began the position she has held while a student at MICA, working as a project manager to support different educational institutions. Moving forward, Taylor plans to build her skills in computer science so as to bring more ideas for app design and development to life. Please welcome Taylor Slab.
Thank you so much.
Hi, good morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Taylor Zlab, and I am proud to be part of MICA's User Experience Design program. Hi. All right. We have so many people to thank as we celebrate today. First, thank you to the faculty and staff who shaped the experiences that brought us to this moment. Yes. I'd like to thank the custodial staff who are here long before sunrise and stay well past sunset to take care of the spaces we share. Thank you to the maintenance crew who never seem to get a break, especially with MICA's never-ending elevator outages. Yes, even all of us remote students know which freshman dorms are out of service. Thank you to the friends and families and supporters of today's graduates. You stood by your student through an incredibly difficult journey, offering them encouragement and love when they needed it the most. Yeah. And a personal thank you to all of my family who traveled here today, to my mom and dad, to my sisters Gabrielle and Lily, their partners Nick and Garrett, my partner Jamil, my grandparents, and to my great uncle Jimmy, who I know is here with us too. I'm glad you're all here because we need to have a serious talk about me coming back home because living alone has been expensive and my bank account has been through enough. So we'll talk about that afterwards. And finally, to the graduates, thank you for showing up, not just today, but every day. Thank you for your dedication while balancing full-time work, for sharing your skills, for offering your feedback, and for bringing your passionate, inspired selves to every class, lecture, and event. So when I graduated with a BFA in graphic design, I struggled for years to find a job in the arts field. While it was exciting when I finally did, that excitement wore off quickly, and I soon felt the weight of what I now recognize as empty work. By this, I mean getting a brief, executing someone else's design, and setting it off to meet a deadline, all without stopping to think, why was the design necessary in the first place? When I did feel passionate about a project, I was reminded to stick to the brief and do exactly what the client asked for. There was no room for creativity, there was no room for purpose, and there was no room for me. And so I began to feel doubt, not just in the work, but in the education I had invested in and in the direction that my life was headed. And so I started looking for some new opportunities, and I kept seeing jobs in UX and UI design. And luckily, I knew a lot of the fields, and by that I mean I thought it was graphic design. But I took a risk, I applied to schools, and I came to MICA. On my first day in the program, I was taught, you are not the user, you are the designer. And at first, I did not understand what this meant. For each project, I would ask myself, why am I designing this feature? And it's not a bad question, but eventually I came to see that it's not the right question. So I started asking, why does the user need me to design this feature? And finally, it clicked. I am not the user, I am the designer. And in UX design, we learn to design with others in mind, to see the world through their needs, not just our own. There was a shift in my mindset. Why am I designing this? Evolved to, who is this helping and what do they need? This shift began to shape now how I approach my own life. Because work, real work, doesn't mean anything if it doesn't serve anyone beyond ourselves. A door without a handicap button is not a door for someone who uses a wheelchair. A website without alt text is not a website for the visually impaired. A healthcare system without empathy for all women is not a healthcare system for anyone. And a world built only for personal convenience often leaves out the most resilient among us. It took completing a master's degree for me to find my purpose again. Through my studies, I had found my why. And when I did, everything started to just make sense. But my why is not your why. So my advice to anyone who is feeling lost or uncertain in this time is this: just sit back and ask yourself, why? Because when the future feels unclear, your why can be the thing that grounds you. It's what reassures you that you're not behind. You're just building with intention. Your why can give you the courage to leave a job that no longer fits. It can give you the confidence to start over in a new place. It can help you to stop comparing and start choosing. But if you don't define your why, someone else will. A boss, a parent, a friend, a partner, and even an algorithm. So graduates, as we leave MICA today, don't be afraid to stop and ask yourself why. It may not come to you immediately, but when you do know it, when you're rooted in it, you can move forward without needing permission. You can build something that is truly yours. Congratulations, MICA, class of 2025. We did it!
Well, thank you to Taylor, and what beautiful words. And I loved her expression of gratitude as well as a great mantra: ask yourself why. It's now my honor to present to you Mr. Jeff Bunting. He's our trustee and chair of the board who will bestow special honors upon our distinguished faculty members. Mr. Bunting?
Good morning. It's a distinct honor to celebrate the remarkable individuals within the MICA community, particularly our dedicated faculty. MICA stands as a beacon of excellence in education, driven by the relentless efforts of our faculty across 19 graduate programs. At this time, I'd like to ask these esteemed faculty members to stand and receive well-deserved recognition from our graduating students, their families, and guests. I now have the distinct pleasure of recognizing two members of the exceptional faculty with the Trustee Fellowship for Excellence in Teaching Awards. Stephen Ellis, Program Director for the Leroy E. Hofberger School of Painting, MFA, and William Verbist, faculty in the UX Design MPS program. These individuals were selected by the students and trustees for their commitment, enthusiasm, and selfless devotion to our students and the college. Thank you.
Hello again. I'm Stacy Salazar, Vice Provost for Graduate Studies. It is my pleasure to honor graduate students who have received special distinctions, merits, awards, scholarships, and recognition. The names of our distinguished graduates and their honors are identified in the commencement program. Will the students who have received one or more awards please stand and be recognized by your families, faculty, and peers? Students with awards, please stand and join me in congratulating them. In addition, I have the pleasure of recognizing the recipient of this year's Distinguished Service to Students Award, Michelle Brown, who serves as security in the Department of Campus Safety. Thank you, Michelle. Finally, I would like to congratulate all of the students of the graduating class. You have inspired me with your passion and resilience. It is a privilege to stand here before you at this commencement ceremony to acknowledge your achievements. Let's enjoy it and celebrate together. Congratulations.
We will now begin the conferral of degrees by presenting the candidates for the Masters of Fine Arts. Will Dr. Salazar, our Vice President and Provost for Academic Affairs, our Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. Judith Kinney, our Graduate Studies Academic Associate Dean, Jacob Rhodes, please come forward for the conferring of degrees.
Will the Master of Fine Arts candidates in Community Arts please come forward? And will Unique Robinson, Director, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Nell Arnett. Lisa Ann Brown. Amy Loudit. Jalen Kiara Thomas. Will the Master of Fine Arts candidates in curatorial practice please come forward? And Jose Ruiz, Director, please come forward to congratulate your candidates. Victoria Violet Jackson. Ray Jiang. Maggie Wei. Alfonso Sanchez Herrera Lasso. Deborah Brooks Mason. Gabby Kortemeyer. Ariana Rogers. Honey Maltino. Kai Maris. Will the Master of Fine Arts candidates in filmmaking please come forward? And will Kirsten DeAndrea Hollander, Director, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Aishat Eliso Abiri. Sadiq Mohammed Al-Khoury. Anthony L. Fletcher. Timothy Patrick Shearer. London Imani. Robin Leandra Smith. Will the Master of Fine Arts candidates in graphic design please come forward? And will Jennifer Cole Phillips, Director, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Sheng Xuan Hu. Shu Chen Wang. Shakti Hari Narayanasamy Venkataraman. Shreya Dikshit. Sprina Kuno. Saloni Naveen Bendre. Kanika Anand. Gautami Upadhyay. Julius McVeigh. Samantha Frost. Niyati Mehta. Astel Sheldon Montero. Navya Aurora. Alaka Shantakumar. Joy Lian. Caroline Watson. Ye Wei Weng. Ying Han. Yihao Wang. Shekhar Raghu Menon. Han Xiao Zhou. Will the Master of Fine Arts candidates from Leroy E. Hofberger School of Painting please come forward? And will Stephen Ellis, Director, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Chidinma Holly Dereke. Grant Marshall. Veronica Har. Joseph Clarence Turner. Jinyun Chen. Liu Chia Xu. Madison Pate. Zaria Thomas. Sudeka Terrell. Yashika Dambre. Janaya Kum. Dre Berciaga. Isaac Kim. Jorge Vara Hernandez. Thank you, Stephen.
Is that it?
Yeah. Will the Master of Fine Arts candidates in illustration practice please come forward? And will Whitney Sherman please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Yoon Yao Chen. Yu Xian Fan. Catherine Lee Leach. Kritika Mittal. Risi Shi. Hope Wang Shi. Qingru Yang. Tian Yi Yu. Yu Shi Zheng. Yu Lu Zhang. Will the Master of Fine Arts candidates from Mount Royal School of Art please come forward? Will Luca Bavoli, Director, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Huxley Isabella Green. Natalie Marie Jenkins. Alicia Aceves. Yi Wang. Ora Xuan Yi Wang. Duri Kang. Lucia Shuyu Li. Si Yi Cao. Shuiyan Xia. Daniel Katz Hernandez. Will the Master of Fine Arts candidates in photography, media, and society please come forward? And will Bill Gaskins, Director, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Yu Hao Wang. Jalen Williams. Ashley Epps. Wei Chen Lu. Will the Master of Fine Arts candidates from Reinhardt School of Sculpture please come forward? And will Dolores Zinni, Director, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Lydia Rose Chadwick. Clipper Ha Tran. Ariana Leon. Rida Fatima. Nelson Shu. Yiting Li. Darian Frankie. Federico Gauna. Will the Master of Fine Arts candidates in Studio Art please come forward? And will Fabienne Lesser, Director, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Thank you, Fabian. Provost Salazar, this completes the presentation of candidates for the Masters of Fine Arts.
President McCormick, I have the honor of recommending those students who have satisfied all of the requirements for the degree of Master of Fine Arts. Will the candidates please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Fine Arts with all of the rights and privileges everywhere appertaining to this honorable degree. Please join me. Well, I'm going to say it again. Please join me in congratulating the Masters of Fine Arts graduates. I'm going to ask everybody to sit down because now we will present the candidates for Masters of Arts. Jacob Rose.
Will the Master of Arts candidates in Design Leadership offered with the Carey Business School of the Johns Hopkins University please come forward? And Douglas Barkey, Executive Director, Academic Programs and Assessment, Open Studios, please come forward to congratulate your candidates. Christopher Cameron Peel. Travis Howes. Christopher Ambrose. Christopher Gamble. Deanna Susser. Jonathan Tyler York. Kathleen Engel. Farida Elupaje. Lindsay Rose Weissman. Brendan Scott Forrester. Will the Master of Arts candidates in graphic design please come forward? And will Maureen Weiss, interim director, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Nina Mary Capeche Volpe. Arya Singh. Famida Hossein. Anna Mishonova. Annie Nitin Patel. Ritik Suresh Kared. Chris Cole. Caitlin Brookins. Benjamin Christopher Lauer. Shadi Kamrani. Anita Shea. Divya Negi. Siddharth. Zhuo Min Yao. Rei Heng Zhang. Jia Wei Shu. Will the Master of Arts candidates in social design please come forward? And will Christina Jenkins, interim director, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? We just did that. Okay. Sorry. Can we jump forward?
Micro's back there.
Yeah. Shannon Willing. DJ Fleming. Audrey McCreary Randazzo. Carly Magdalena Brand. Kaylin Danielle Ching. Mashal Zara. Alston Watson. Will the Master of Arts candidates in illustration please come forward? And will Dana Marie Hosler, Interim Director, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Jill Ann Stolly Mark. Nina Ann Medelsky. Mengyu Liu. Shu Hui Li. Haley Elise Wright. Rain Wang. Amanda Lee Selsky. Vivian Zhang. Bonnie Wang. Wendy Chen. Shi-Chi Wu. Xian Li. Siyu Ding. Kokoro Kambayashi. Hope Liu. Will the Master of Arts candidates in teaching please come forward? And will Adrian Pereira, Director, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Lind Knuppel. Chloe Lonnie Laurie. Olivia Weinsheen. Summer Crawford. Nia Hicks. Andrea Gomez. Miley Geiling. Aksa Ansari. Tara O'Rourke. Provost Salazar, this completes the presentation of candidates for the Masters of Arts.
President McCormick, I have the honor of recommending those students who have satisfied all of the requirements for the Master of Arts. Will those candidates please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts with all of the rights and privileges everywhere appertaining to this honorable degree. Please join me in congratulating the Master of Arts graduates of the Maryland Institute College of Art. Alrighty, please have a seat. And we will now present the candidates for the Master of Professional Studies. Mr. Rhodes?
Will the Master of Professional Studies candidates in the Business of Art and Design Entrepreneurship please come forward? And will Douglas Barkey, Executive Director, Academic Programs and Assessment Open Studies, please come forward to congratulate your candidates? Tanisha White Coles. What's that? Anitza Shekic Gillespie. Lauren Dan. Arcady Elizabeth Thompson. Emma Juliet Rich. Paige Isadora Brott. Wendell Supreme Shannon. Christiana Duncan August. Savannah Soleil. Renee McKellar. Aurora Yarberry. Hans Kanchu. Mace Rooney. Jabril Kamreen Kamara. Farah Pierre. Maria Jeanette Christensen. Casey Lee Drake. Will the Master of Professional Studies candidates in the Business of Art and Design Product Management please come forward? DeAndre Hutton. Zainab Suwaiden. Emily Donahoe. Kevin Andrew Landis. Sangsiri Liz Lilatam. Megan Aladi Mullen. Alicia Jean Charles. Will the Master of Professional Studies candidates in Data Analytics and Visualization please come forward? Catherine Cabralito. Carla Malavest. Anne Lanza. Emily Marie Sanders. Julie Tarr. Dominique Janae Reynolds. Courtney Lee Kern. Jordan Dens. Will the Master of Professional Studies candidates in User Experience Design please come forward? Matthew John Dillard. Graham Church. Alex Victoria Margarita Oakley. Shelda Cornelia Eason. Vashti Smith. David Joseph Penny. Trent Lauber. Gabriela Veronica Coleman. Carly Millender Morris. Fraser Mallet Awuku. Maria Avila. Larry Rapier. Randy James Vogt. Daniel Chan. Kamau Collins. Kyla Simone Hayden. Swati Amol Sardesai. Nicole Famara. Kiera Bird. Stephanie Karen Ding. Louis Skinner. Alejandra Macarena Viegra. Crystal Marie Alston. Kara Amina Brown. Shandiez Imari Holmes. Priska Zagara. Gerardo Raul Vinces. Marcela Vinces. Connie Bui. Marilyn Henry. Rebecca Toscas. Ellen E. Hampton. Jennifer Feliciano. Dawn Din. Taylor Allison Zlab. Provost Salazar, this completes the presentation of candidates for the Masters of Professional Studies.
President McCormick, I have the honor of recommending those students who have satisfied all of the requirements for the Master of Professional Studies. Will the candidates please rise?
All right. We need to make it official. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Professional Studies with all of the rights and privileges assigned. Please join me in congratulating the Master of Professional Studies graduates. If you are able, will all of the newly conferred graduates please rise? Let's give them a great round of applause. And once again, I'd like you to turn and acknowledge all the graduates. Please clap for everybody who has been here to support you and encourage you. All right, I'm going to ask you to please be seated again. It's now my great pleasure to introduce today's alumni speaker, Kelly Ennis, an award-winning design strategist, creative leader, and proud 1998 graduate of our institution who holds a BFA in Interior Architecture and Design. Kelly is deeply committed to designing human-centered, behavior-based environments that foster connection, innovation, and community. As the founder of the Verve Partnership, she built a firm celebrated for aligning interior architecture with brand and culture, particularly in workplaces and civic spaces. Today, she brings the same visionary spirit to her role as Director of Commercial Interiors and Strategic Growth at JP2 Architects, where she continues to lead with purpose, passion, and insight. Please join me in welcoming Kelly Ennis.
This is really cool to be standing up here today. Awesome. I'm a little emotional myself, so kind of bear with me. It's still morning, so good morning. Thank you, President McCormick, esteemed faculty, proud families, friends, and most importantly, MICA's graduating class of 2025. Congratulations. Good morning. My name is Kelly Ennis, and it is a privilege to stand here before you today, not just as an alum of this remarkable institution, but as somebody who found their voice and their purpose right here in Baltimore. I grew up in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, but coming to the Institute as it was known then, and to this city, changed everything. I came here to challenge the status quo where it would be respected and not silenced. And even though I moved away more than once, something about Baltimore has always brought me back. Maybe it's the grit, maybe it's the resilience. Maybe it's the way creativity thrives here, not in polished corners, but in alleys, row homes, stoops, and storefronts. Baltimore doesn't just host art, it demands it. MICA is not simply a school in Baltimore, it is part of our living, beating, and beautifully defiant heart. MICA is a home for those who dare to make things that matter, a bastion of creativity, courage, community, risk-taking, and being bold. Being bold and taking risks are things we don't talk about enough, but that is what Baltimore has taught me, and that is what you have done here today. You chose a path without a map or guarantees. You chose the courage to create, to dream, and to imagine, which is no small thing because not everybody bothers. Because what you've created here, it's not just visual and it's not just functional. It's powerful, it's emotional, it's disruptive and healing at the same time, and it's exactly what this world needs right now. You, as artists and designers, define culture. You shift perceptions, you spark dialogue, you build bridges, and when necessary, you burn them, often to the ground. You help people feel seen in no ways any other industry does. You make the invisible visible. You turn pain into beauty, and sometimes beauty into a mirror that demands the truth. You are architects of change. And yet, I know this moment isn't only full of excitement. Some of you may be carrying uncertainty and asking, what now? And let me tell you, and I say this to my semi-adult children all the time, and sometimes I whisper it to myself simply to feel grounded. It's okay not to know, and it is okay not to have figured it out. None of us do, not really, especially in creative careers, because the path is rarely linear. There will be rejections, doors that don't open, projects that don't land, and I've experienced all of it, and it stings. But every no has taught me something. Every dead end has rerouted me closer to the work that I was meant to do. It turns out uncertainty isn't a sign that you're lost, it's a sign that you're alive and that you are evolving. Proverbially, cliche may be, it's not the destination, it's the journey. And I can tell you, 32 years after standing on this stage receiving my diploma, I am still on this journey. I'm still creating, still trying to figure it out. So stay curious, experiment, reinvent, be bold, and take risks. Lather, rinse, repeat, always. And don't be afraid to start over or start small, just start. Some of the most powerful revolutions have begun in our sketchbooks or our side hustles, and we need all of you from this point. We need your vision. We need your perspective, your ability to see not just what is, but what can be. And we need you to bring it and do it, preferably here in Baltimore, but with your people and with your communities. Much like when I sat in your seat so many years ago, this moment in history was full of complexity, noise, and urgency. Only now it feels a little louder and it seems a bit messier. But you have the tools and the soul to respond to this moment in time with empathy, boldness, and integrity. Lead with those. And please don't wait for permission. Permission gets you nowhere. Be the ones who ask better questions, create the images, the spaces, the systems, and the stories that help people feel more connected to each other and to things that matter. So here is what I'd like to leave you with. You are ready. Not because you have the answers, but because you have everything you need. MICA and this city have given you that. Let your creativity be your compass. Trust the community that has carried you this far. And remember, you come from a place that believes that art is not a luxury or a decorative extra. Art is a form of resistance. It fuels, confronts, disrupts, and demands attention. Art is a catalyst for change, and it is essential. And art, like Baltimore, does not sit quietly. So speak loudly, take up space, and let the world feel what you and MICA have made possible today. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Well, thank you, Kelly, for those compelling remarks. I did want to say you heard some good words today. Remember, ask yourself why. Be the change, right? Be the architect of your journey. Make sure you live life to the fullest. So before we close, I'd like to make sure we invite everyone to our reception following these exercises in the Cohen Plaza in the front of the Brown Center. Will the marshals please take up their standards? Will the graduates and guests please remain in your seats until the recessional has completed? Congratulations again to our class of 2025 and to their families. The 176th MICA Masters Commencement is hereby adjourned. Thank you all for attending.